So you are in PoE, you're a beginner, and you want to start trading to get better gear or even price checking the gear that you have so that you can make some of those great exalts or even divines. Today I'm going to show you what to do and how to do it and the proper etiquette for trading as well. Now, the first thing you're going to need if you want to trade is you're going to need a stash tab, not just any stash tab, a premium stash tab. They usually have the diamonds right here like this. Now to get them, it's very easy. Go down here to the bottom left-hand side where it says microtransaction shop, and you're going to go to shop directly, and usually it'll be right here where it says stash tabs. You want to upgrade to a premium stash tab for 15 coins. It's normally $1.50. That's pretty much how you have it there. If you bought the early access, you got about 300 coins. If you got this cool outfit like me, you got another 300 coins. So we'll go ahead and we'll buy one real quick and confirm that as well. Now, here's the deal. Even though I just bought a premium stash tab, it may not show up directly after you purchase it. If you do buy it and it's not here or the diamond isn't showing up, just restart your game and you'll be fine. So once you restart your game and you see that premium stash tab, the one thing you want to do is say, well, how do I even trade? I'll show you guys now. Here we have a bombard crossbow. Now I don't have anything active right here and it's pretty good. Let's just say we want to make it for trade. Up on the top right hand side, you want to right click to customize and set that premium stash tab to public. Once it's public, it'll be a little money sign right here. And you can then begin to trade items inside of this tab. So you'll right click the item, set the either negotiable price, exact price, or don't even index the item. Let's say exact price, 1 exalted orb. We'll type 1. And now it's listed on the trade site for 1 exalted orb for that item. You're going to hear a lot of other people say things like, just make this a dump tab and then dump all your items into this tab. And then if you get a lot of whispers for that item, remove that item and then price check. We're not going to do that. No, that's actually a bad way of doing the trade in general, mostly because what happens with a dump tab is someone sees it on the website. They think they have a deal for it. They click to whisper you, and then you just ignore them altogether as you're getting tons of whispers, remove it off the market itself, and then it's not a good time or a good experience. So my recommendation is to not do a dump tab. What happens is you just have a bad experience overall since you're whispering everyone and getting no responses. Since everybody's doing that, it's not a fun time. So how do we go ahead and in fact check our items to make sure they are in fact the right price so that way we don't have a dump tab and are getting whispered all day long? So now the best way to price check items is in fact with a program called Exiled Exchange 2. Many other streamers are using it and I'm using it as well. Real quick though, if you're using anything like Overwolf or anything that makes you log into your credentials or your account to then use that piece of software, do not use it. Remove it from your actual PC, change your password because there have been people getting hacked by logging into things like Overwolf and using a lot of programs that really don't work very well. Now here's the thing though, if you want to use Exiled Exchange 2, I'll put the link in the description down below for the GitHub. Seeing as how it is on GitHub, you can check everything yourself for safety. Click releases over here, and when you hit the download page, go ahead and scroll down to whatever program you'd prefer to use. You can either use the exe directly right here or decide to use the setup file. Now, once you've clicked download, your browser may in fact try to stop that file from being downloaded. So on your download section, you're going to see, hey, this is an alert here. What are we going to do? Are we going to keep it or delete it? You're going to go ahead and click keep, and you're going to click show more, and you're going to say keep anyway. It'll download that exe, whether it's the setup file or the direct file itself. Here's another thing though. When you try to run the actual exe or setup file, Windows will also block that file from being run. Don't worry, we'll figure that out as well. Go to virus protection, then go ahead and click manage settings on virus threat protection settings. Scroll down to exclusions where we can add or move an exclusion. Find the file of Exiled Exchange 2 inside of whatever folder you want to keep it in and add that exe to this exclusion in that directory. And just a heads up though, if you move that exe file or install the setup file from another directory, you have to add that directory into the exclusion as well. Once that's done, you can go ahead and actually run Exiled Exchange 2 and nothing will show up on screen, but you will have it on your actual taskbar in the pop-up. It's behind me, I know, but don't worry, it's there. It looks like a jeweler's orb. You'll see it. Now, once you're back inside of Path of Exile 2, make sure that you are, in fact, in windowed mode or windowed full screen mode. Exiled Exchange 2 will not work unless you are in windowed mode. It's a very specific reason. Now, let's say we want to price check this crossbow like we had before. In fact, let's do something even more fun. Let's price check the crossbow that I've actually crafted myself. To use Exiled Exchange, just go ahead and hold Control and hit the D key. As long as you hold Control, the actual window will stay basically afloat. Make sure you are not in the incorrect league. I was in the hardcore league for trade, not in the standard league where I was before. You're going to want to go ahead and check mark the things that are applicable to your weapon. So we have DPS, attacks per second, grenade fire additional skill, reduced attributes, +4 of all skills, leeches 8% of damage physical's life. And we can see that 5 hours ago, this crossbow, not mine, but someone like this, was listed for 1 divine. So I've got a div right here on this crossbow that I crafted thanks to a little Vol Orb. Not too bad. But let's say we want to go ahead and see what else we have available to us as well. Here are a pair of boots, 30% increased move speed, 85 max life, 71 mana, 8 dex, 48 stun threshold, and 56% reduced effective shock. Let's go ahead and see what's available. Now the thing is, we want to check everything that looks good, and if we get an error in return, so we went ahead and searched with every single affix, and we found out that no one has anything listed, which means that either we're too specific in our search or we have too many affixes selected. Let's remove dexterity because it's only +8. And we can see that just about a day ago, it was listed for 1 Exalt, 4 days ago for 5, 9 days ago for a Divine, even more so, 2 minutes ago for a Divine, 2 days ago for a div. So there's a very big disparity in price. Now let's say we want to go ahead and see what's actually on the website. Click the trade button here and a window will pop up where you will then sign in to the proper Path of Exile 2 trading site. You can sign into this one, just don't sign into a program. Now once you're signed in, you will see the fact that, hey, here are the actual boots that are very similar to what is shown on our inventory, and we see 1 Exalt, 5 Exalts, 1 Divine. So we're kind of like in between of what is actually being sold. More than likely, this item is in fact in a dump tab, which nobody's even looking for or getting whispers about. On top of that, this item here has 5 Exalts, but it was listed 4 days ago. Here's a Divine 6 days ago, 4 minutes ago for a Divine, 2 days ago for a Divine, 9 days ago for a Divine. So in my opinion, it probably won't be worth a Divine or more than a few Exalts. So just be aware. Just because something shows is listed as a Divine doesn't mean it's actually worth a Divine depending on your affixes. And speaking of affixes, it's incredibly important you learn and understand what those tiers of affixes actually are. If you hold Alt while hovering over an item, you'll see very faint text on the sides of those affixes where it says prefix, suffix, and T and a number. T means tier of that affix. The higher the tier, the better the actual affix that you have listed on your item. Tier 10 right now being the best to my knowledge. So now that you know how to look at affixes, how to price check items, how to in fact get a premium stash tab for trading, and even how to list items on the actual website, what in fact is the proper etiquette when you are trading someone? Well, it's actually pretty simple, but a lot of people seem to forget, and I think what's happening is people are also trying to get past everything else since they're getting bad information. I need to upgrade my belt. It's a level 69 belt, nice, but it's got some things that I want to fix. How much Exalts do I have? I've got 2. Let's go to the trade site then. Now on the trade site, you're going to see a couple of things. The big thing you want to do is right down here where it says buyout price and relative, click that and make it to Exalted Orb. That's number 1. You're going to see things listed for Divines because the website thinks that Divines are like 4 or 5 Exalts or even 6. It's not. They're like 144 Exalts for 1 Divine. You don't want to start buying Divines if you think you're not going to be able to get some gear. So with the belt, we want to go ahead and have that upgraded, right? But I don't know exactly what belt I want to get, but I know there are some stats that I want to take up. So we're going to find the rarity for the belt right here. Item category, we're just going to go ahead and we can just type belt, not bent, like that. And then we can look for specific things on the stat filter. Now, a really great way of trying to find an item specifically is for using the tilde function, which is honestly really cool. You can go ahead and put that there and I can just type fire. anything related to fire will show up. So I need fire resistance, and I want about 30 of it. I also want a bit of life. I want about 100 of that, and I should be fine with that right now. I can even set a max and min of exalts. I only have 2 exalted orbs, so let's see what we can find. Now here we are. We got a bit of returns going back with exalts all the way through of either 120 life, either that or fire resist as well. I can also click this button over here, and I can sort it by highest price to lowest, which is going to be the easiest way of doing it. Or I can even also sort by resist. So if I can say 36 fire resist, here's 45. See how that? I can just click whatever one is here, and I can go from that directly. When you whisper the person, just be patient, right? Sometimes people are mapping or they're doing a boss, and getting a whisper during trade can be very concerning. On top of that, go ahead and scroll down about halfway through that actual page of listings, because people are doing dump tabs and things aren't going to really work out as well. So let's see if we can get an example for an actual trade. As you can see, I whispered someone from the trade site and the invite in fact popped up. Before you accept anything, make sure you have your currency ready to go. As you can see, I've been invited to their party, and now I notice that they are in their hideout. I will teleport to their location, and once I am in their hideout, I will simply just wait for the invite for the trade. I'll hit accept, put the exalts in the top left, hover over that icon, and the trade is in fact done. That is how you do it. Don't spam them, don't say anything, don't be rude, and if you'd like to be even double nice, whisper them back saying thank you for trade, good luck, have fun. Simple as that, nice and easy, simple trade. You can then leave the party, go back to your hideout, and that's it. That's the proper etiquette for trading with experienced players or even new players. Hopefully this video gets spread around even more and we have a better experience over on the trade economy, and we don't have things listed for 1 exalt when they shouldn't be because someone used a dump tab. If you guys like this kind of content, you want to see more, subscribe. I really do appreciate it. We're on our way to 3,000 subs, and it really does mean a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you next time.